Hi everyone, I'm Miss Christopherly, and I am very excited to be here to share with you something that I love to do, create. Creating is awesome because everyone can do it. So today we're going to be working with African Adinkra symbols to make a grid that describes ourselves. How can a small little symbol describe me? Let's find out. Okay, here is the sheet of Adinkra symbols that everybody has. Before we start our project, I want everybody looking at this and should be seeing maybe what symbols might relate to them. You need to pick like 4 of them. Check it out. Everybody be looking over what the symbol looks like and the name of it. For example, let's say leadership here. We can see that there is a circle, a shape, and there's several rings. Maybe this leadership circle was made this way so that the leader is in the middle and people listening to the leader are on the outside rings. Maybe that's why it looks like it looks. Let's look at another symbol. How about peacemaking? We have some curves on every corner and some straight lines connecting them. So maybe it's called peacemaking because the lines are connecting all 4 corners and they're united, and they're making peace with all 4 corners. That might be a reason for the way the symbol is drawn. So I want everybody to circle their 4 symbols, and we're going to move on and learn about where these symbols came from. Okay, here are some examples of what the Adinkra cloth looks like with the Adinkra symbols on them. You can see the repeated pattern of certain symbols in these blocks and the bright colors. Adinkra cloth is a fabric that is made by the Ashanti people of Ghana, Africa. It is hand printed and was traditionally worn by royalty for religious ceremonies. Over time, people have designed the cloths to tell stories and share their feelings. Now you can see there are people who are making the cloth. They are stamping the cloth with the symbols and a repeated pattern of certain symbols, um, different symbols, different colors. And then we have a map of Africa and Ghana. That is where this type of fabric with these symbols is made. And now you can see what the fabric looks like when someone wears it and how lovely it is. And the bright colors and the repeated there's big blocks here, a big grid of pattern, and how unique it is. All right, so here is my grid of symbols, including the first initial of my first name and the first initial of my second name, my last name. So you're going to put those in 2 of the blocks, first initial and your last initial. And then you're going to do 4 symbols that you've already chosen to represent you. For me, I chose creativity, and as an art teacher, I use that all the time. Then we've got the power of love, and love is very important in your life, with your family, and you love what you do. My third symbol is energy, and we all need energy to do what we have to do during the day. Then The last symbol I chose is leadership. And when you're a teacher, you have to lead. So these are why I chose the symbols that I chose. Now we get to move to the next step and show you how to start creating your own grids. All right, everybody, here we are. So here are the Adinkra symbols. And everyone has chosen some that may have a connect to them somehow. Here is one that I have chosen called creativity. And you can see a circle in the middle, and we have these lines looking like a flower going around. So first, for your grids, we're going to take the paper and we're going to fold right on the fold line so we can fold quickly and get to our drawing. We want to fold along here, right in half. And then we're going to fold so we have one line, two lines right here. Make a good fold line. And then another one right here. Okay, so now we have our grid. Now I've already started mine. So I have put my initials right here in the middle. You can put them wherever you want. I have chosen several symbols, and I'm working on the last one, which is this creativity one. And I copied this circle here. That's our shape right in the middle. And then I made lines to all the way around in a circle, because this is a circle symbol. It's a circle shape. And I went around and did that on the outside. So I could easily go in and out to make my shape. These are simple lines and curved lines, shapes. So let's get started and finish this up. Okay, I'm going to bring this down and curve it back up. And I'm going to do it again. Bring it down, curve it back up, and again, down, curve it back up. I'm just going to complete this so I can finish my symbol. Now you can sketch it out with pencil and then do it in the marker. It makes it easier. And I'm just going to reinforce these lines a little bit. Go around. And as you can see with these symbols, nothing's perfect. We don't have to have exact dimensions. We're just copying them the best we can to draw them, and we're representing us with all these positive. There we go. Now we can just color that in. There we go. Let's get coloring. One little trick that I have found that works. Put this ruler right here, and I can just get it to the edge, not all the way, but close. And when I'm coloring, we're not going to scribble. It's better to go in one direction over the whole entire thing and just start coloring away right over top of my symbol. Nice and even strokes, and that way I get a nice smooth surface without any scribbles, all in one direction, right up to the edge. There we go. Okay, done with that ruler, so I can just keep going. I'm just going to go color in. Now you can use markers if you want, crayons. These are colored pencils I've used, and I used a black marker for all of the symbols and my initials. Color that in, and we will have a finished product. There we go. Now, I just added a little extra depth by coloring in the actual symbol a little darker than the background. You can do whatever you like. You can make it a different color, make it all the same color. I think it stands out like this so you can see the symbol a little better on top of that background. There we go. Okay, there you have it. My finished grid, symbols that represent me. Okay. Okay, so I just want to reiterate that we're using 2 initials, your first initial and your last initial for your last name, and then 4 symbols. We're going to be coloring them. Each block, all 6 blocks need to be colored in. I'm sure you're all going to do a great job, and we're going to make them nice and bright. And we're going to remember that we're thinking about how it relates to you while we're working on it. Okay. Questions? Anybody who has a question, please ask. We want to remember to think about lines and shapes when we're drawing. These make simple symbols. We want to color in one direction to prevent scribbling. And we're going to use a variety of colors to make it interesting. Okay, finishing up. I want everybody to finish your grid. Make sure you color in all 6 blocks, different colors, and color your symbols. I want to make sure you post your work. Remember, we have an art show at the end of the semester. And I want you also to leave a comment explaining how 2 of the symbols you choose represent you. So you think about why you chose those symbols to put in your grid. If you find that you need a little more help drawing the symbols or remembering what to put in them, you can go back to the video and pause it and review the symbols, review folding the paper to just get a little more help. If you finished and you want a little extra, you can go on to the next thing and start your own list of symbols, things that you might see every day. Okay, here's some extra fun you might want to do when you're done. These are pictures of things that have symbols on them that you probably have seen at least one of them during your travels. And for instance, there's some socks with some Superman symbols on it that's repeated in a pattern. We have a backpack that has some rainbow in different colors, and they're lined up in a pattern. There's Dunkin' Donuts. You can see on there 3 symbols on that box: coffee, a heart, and a donut. And you can see how they're using those symbols to tell you what that store is all about. What about the last one? The Eagles. Go Eagles. Yes, there's a pattern there with words and eagle heads on there. So if you want to do a little extra, you can make a list of things that you might see that have symbols on them, or use symbols in a repeated pattern. Make a list and for some extra fun. All right, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. I had a great time, and I'm sure you're all going to do a great job. See you next time.